Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Mac Merlin stream. I know it is earlier than usual for Sunday evenings, but I got a barbecue to go to, so we are doing it about 2.5 hours earlier. So thank you for everyone who were willing to accommodate. I see a Claudiac, Izanagi, and Halfling Barista. Thanks, guys, for joining in. Also see an Enderos 2012. So yeah, welcome everyone. Alright, if this is your first time here, this is a weekly news segment that starts usually 7:30 p.m. PDT. Well, most Sundays, unlike today, in which we talk about mechanical keyboard group buys that are happening for the following week. For this specific episode, is covering the week of May 28th all the way till June 3rd, which is this coming Saturday. Wow, it's already June, like we're halfway through the year of 2023, dang. Time flies quick. But yeah, if you guys want to know what I've already talked about during the stream, definitely execute the GB list command. If you click on that Google Links doc, you'll notice that it's completely blank. Nothing's in there yet because I haven't talked about anything. But if you notice that I forgot to copy and paste and put something in there, definitely let me know in the stream. So yeah, without further ado, let's start off with our first ending group buy. Our first ending group buy is a key set designed by a fellow Seattleite. You may know him as Nostril or as the designer of SLK Dessau. So yeah, this is a base kit starting at $99, and this is a brand new profile. I did get to type on this during the Seattle meetup a few weeks ago, and I quite like it. Think of this as another uniform profile set with scoops, if you will. I didn't think I'd like it as much, but then again, it was also a meetup. You can only learn so much when you're at a meetup, but for $99, I think this is a pretty good deal. So yeah, base kit starts at $99. You got your compact for $40, international for $40. PB cap for $45, protozoa knob for $50, and there is the dark colorway and the light colorway available. So yeah, that's the dark for the base kit and the light for the base kit. But if you wanted to join in on this, you're looking at spending, like if you were to buy both the dark and the light variants of this entire key set, you're looking to spend $508. But the good news is it will deliver to you, the customer, in December 2023. Unfortunately, during the meetup, he didn't really have a prototype of the key set yet, so I couldn't exactly examine any of the legends. I could only type on the key set itself and see how it felt, and it felt really good. I just can't report on any of the legend consistencies or anything like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting this on my Command 65 just to give it that vintage look. But yeah, check it out if you guys have time. This does expire on the 1st, so we only have a few days left. Yeah, this is the Stillo Studio and Kezawa collaboration called the Spectacle 60. But yeah, look at that. Purple, gray, wine red, silver, Chinese red, which I think is funny. Why would it be called Chinese red? Blue, pink, black, and dark green. Then for a bottom case, you got pretty much like the same colors, but you also have the option to choose a brass bottom. Supaishi says, what makes it Chinese red? I have no idea. I was just like, that's a weird thing to put. But here we go. Maybe it's a bright red. Maybe it's the same red that they use for their red envelopes. Who knows? Here we go. That's a picture of the brass bottom there. Very cool. If you guys remember, Stillo Studio is the same people who made the Beak 6.5. So yeah, once you do put it in brass, so if you have a brass bottom, it does bring the price up to $315. Otherwise, it is just $219. Same delivery time though, of Q3 2023. Couple specs on this board. Let's see. Yeah, if I were to get this, I'd probably go for the green top just because that looks really good. Tatay Mo, thank you so much. You subscribed for 18 months. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for your support. So yeah, you also get to choose your PCB. You can choose between a WinKey, WinKeyless, or HHKB. And the plate, unfortunately, you only have one option, uncut PC plate. But for PCB, you have both a soldered and hot swap flex or non-flex PCBs. And they're all $54, no matter what you choose. Yep, no matter what you choose, the PCB is 54 bucks. You do have an option for extra add-ons. Extra add-ons will, of course, bring up the price. But look, you can add extra PCBs, extra plates, and it's here that you can choose your plate. You can choose between an aluminum plate, FR4 plate, or Palm and PC. By default, it is a PC plate, an uncut PC plate. That's what it is. Oh yeah, this guy delivers in Q3 2023, and the board does expire today, so you really don't have too much time on this. Check it out if you guys are interested. All right, next up is also a keyboard and is the last item on our ending group buys list. This one, we have a few days. This one expires on the 31st and is the Freedom TKL. Freedom TKL, quite an expensive board, starting at $565, and depending on what options you choose, as you guys can see, you can choose between a WKL or WK, hot swap or soldered PCBs, and you can even add wrist rests. But at its base price, you're looking at 565 bucks. And if you bump it up to hot swap, adding a wrist rest, as you guys can see from the picture on top here, it does bring up the price to $650. 100 units, soft cap, fits a standard H88 profile. Let's see, JST ports, gummy O-ring mounting, hot swap sockets do not fit the Guion board. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, looks like it's using the new C4 daughter board. So that's with the JST connections here. Easy mate male to easy mate male, FR4 aluminum hybrid plate, customized hard shell carrying case. Interesting. I'd be interested to see what this hard shell case looks like. Yeah, 6.9 degree typing angle. I do think this board looks fairly pretty. And I say that without being a very staunch supporter of TKL boards. Fairly pretty. I'm just upset that you can't really choose the color. Like, I like the color blue, but I would like other options, you know? So I'm not sure if I'd go for the wrist rest. Yeah, check it out. This guy expires on the 31st, so we have quite some time. It is a fairly expensive board though, so yeah, think twice or think thrice before you buy it. With that said, those are the only 3 items that I could find that were expiring for the week. Once again, that is SLK Dessau, a new uniform profile with some pretty good colors. The Spectacle 60, another board from Zenclack, and the Freedom TKL from Trailblazer Keyboards. Out of these 3 group buys, which ones is the audience most interested in? Let me know in the chat. Let's see, Tataimo says, sounds like the daughter board might go boom. Tataimo says it's a Strike Gundam color. Oh, speaking of the daughter board, it's the new C4 daughter board with those new connections. If you caught my Type B stream, you'll know that this guy uses the C4 daughter board with the new connectors, and for some reason it kind of broke a bit, so I had to tape it. So this board worked for me for maybe 3 days, and then the tape got loose and the connector got loose as well, unfortunately. So yeah, and I'm too lazy to like open it back up. Just says none, let them expire. Well, I have no control over when they expire or not. Helicopter Fluffy says, I'd love to try SLK. I think you would like it too. Oh, actually, we tend to like the same boards and sounds, but I don't know how we feel about profiles quite yet. Tataimo says Strike and Dessau. Well, I'll tell you guys what, the only thing I'm buying for the week is SLK Dessau. I'm not too excited about 60%, and I guess the same can be said about TKLs, especially if it is at the $565 price point and I don't get to pick colors. So yeah, my pick for the week, in fact, I am actually buying this, is SLK Dessau. I do want to pick up the light, but I kind of want dark as well. I just have to think about it because this is going on my gray Command 65, so I'm deciding whether or not black or beige looks better. We'll see, we'll see. If you actually wanted to buy everything we just talked about, SLK Dessau, buy both colorways, all of the kits, including the Artisans. You wanted to go for the Spectacle 60 with the brass bottom, and you went for the Freedom TKL with the wrist rest and everything, you're looking to spend a grand total of $1,377. And don't forget, that doesn't include any taxes, custom fees, or shipping even. So it's more like 1,500 bucks. So yeah, as you guys know, I miss lots of group bars, especially if I missed last week. Of course, I'm not gonna like do every single thing from last week, but I did pick a few notable ones that caught my attention. Well, this first guy is the, hopefully I'm pronouncing this correct, the SAAG 65. SAAG 65, starting at $205, and depending on your plate material, either aluminum FR4, polypropylene, POM, or carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is the one that brings you up to 210 bucks. So yeah, it is a 65% custom mechanical keyboard with O-ring gummy worm mounting system. It's basically a fancy Bakaneko, if you will. Glossy PVD plated brass weight, gummy O-ring mount, and you can choose between your 30, 50, or 70A. And you can also choose aluminum, FR4, polypropylene, POM, or carbon fiber plate options. This one caught my eye because I like carbon fiber plates, and any board that offers a carbon fiber plate, I'm like, oh, interesting. Let's see, you have your ANSI and ISO solder option, 6-degree typing angle, total weight of 950 grams, and USB-C via unified AIO3 daughter board. They don't specify if it's the C3 or the C4. Let's see, what else? So the kit includes a 50A O-ring. Okay. Cool. But you can buy the extra O-rings if you want to do the 30A or the 50A or the 70A. Okay, what else here? For optimal experience, please use clip-in stabs. Oh yeah, that's the same deal that happened with the Bakaneko as well. Cool. But yeah, seems like it comes with different colors. Black, purple, cherry blossom pink, gunmetal gray, bronze, burgundy, or forest green. So do they have a forest green? Yep, that's the forest green. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. This guy started on the 7th, or is ending on the 7th. June 7th, so we have a little bit of time. Or the other board that I missed from last week is also a 65. Now this one I think is the nicer looking board. This is the Vanguard 65. This one we have quite a lot of time. Almost an entire month, in fact. This guy expires on the 24th. At $275 at its base, you can choose between white, black, forest green, or ruby star purple for the top. And for the bottom, you can choose either polycarb frosted or aluminum black. So yeah, here, let's take a look at this. You can see that it has both a rotary encoder and a slider, which is actually the reason why this jumped out at me. However, I will have to say that my only use for a rotary encoder is for volume. Like, sometimes I use it to rotate between workspaces or through tabs when I'm doing like news streams like this. But at the same time, I feel like it's not accurate enough that sometimes it jumps over two tabs, or it skips back 2 tabs and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm not quite useful to me. The slider though, I've never had a board with a slider, so I don't know what I would use it for. Great keyboard for teams, oh gosh. Other aspects of this board, it's a 6.5 degree typing angle board, gasket sock PCB mount, very nice. The weight is brass and sandblasted CC, designed by Keepfront, very cool. Q4 2023 delivery, hopefully just in time for Christmas. You can run plateless or use the polycarb plate included in the kit. PCB is a custom designed hot swap with underglow. The fact that it has underglow means I will probably go for the polycarb bottom. QMK and VIA compatible, as it should. Split backspace support, KL hot swap sockets, USB-C daughter board. The first time chat from Soundtrack, being able to run it plateless and with the polycarb underglow makes it pretty intriguing. Yes, exactly. That's another reason why this one jumped out at me from last week. Let's see, fader features. Layers shift. Switch between keyboard layers by allowing slider to easily transition between your different key bindings. Interesting. Okay, I've never thought of using a slider for that, but that's kind of trippy. See, MIDI encoding, let the slider act as a MIDI CC, meaning you can program it to pass values to supported software in order to make adjustments on the fly. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what people use that slider for. RGB brightness control. Yeah, I could see that with the slider. Volume control, I feel like a volume control would... Yeah, volume control on a slider makes more sense than on a rotary encoder. Very interesting board, and look at the price, guys. It's 275 bucks. That is, for what this guy offers, 275 isn't that bad. And delivery of Q4 2023. Let's see, Soundtrack. What color would you go with if you had to pick right now? Lately, I've been really into the color green. So does this guy have a green option? Yes, he does. Forest green is what I would pick. Though I will say this green might be a little too saturated for me, so let's see. What does the black? Nah, black. I don't like black boards. White. Yeah, I would pick green, but it's not the kind of green that I like, unfortunately. But out of the available color options, green would be the one for me. Interesting. Anyway, check it out. We have literally an entire month. And it's fairly affordable, in my opinion. Fairly affordable relative to our custom keyboard market. I know. Like, I say that because whenever I say that, like someone says, Merlin, that's so expensive. How can you say that's relatively affordable? I'm just like, well, it's relatively affordable compared to what custom keyboards usually cost. It's not like I'm saying that I have so much money, I can buy whatever I want. I wish, right? But yeah, check it out. Check it out. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about starting group buys. Helicopter says keyword relatively. Yeah, I know. There we go. Starting group buys. Let's talk about a key set that is starting on the 1st. Yeah, this one's fairly interesting. GMK Davy Jones Locker. There we go. Another C-themed set, of course. Green on charcoal? I guess that's the way I would explain it. But is that really a green? It's like a sea green of sorts. A sea green on charcoal black set, which in my opinion looks pretty good. So base kit only covers up to TKL, but does have the common layouts in between. I do see a 7U spacebar there. I see, yep, most of the common layouts in between with a few accent colors too, so that's good. The novelty kit, look at all that. And a red add-on kit, nice. It's funny how like the modifiers say Davy and Jones. Spacebar kit if you want more split spacebar support. And then you've got your numpad and dust mats. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not too big fan of the dust mats here. Just Austin says any 2U. Here, let's take a look together. I'm assuming you mean a 2U shift key. I see a 1.25U. No, it doesn't seem like there's a 2U shift key anywhere here. What board are you using that has a 2U shift key? Historically, any ideas if a certain set started the nautical themes? Was it Nautilus? Sure. That's as far back as I can remember. Well, no. There's a... if you want to... there was a DSA Seafoam from Signature Plastics, and I think that predates Nautilus. Okay, and there's a collab with Hebe Artisans, of course. Let's look at a couple of renders here. Oh, on the Nimue. Oh, that looks pretty good. I like these colors. KBD8X Mark II. Wow, that is an old board. You know, quite a few people like the 8X Mark II and have been asking me about if I knew if it would return, but you know, honestly, I think the Tiger 80 is the way to go. There's a Vanquish 65, nice. Vendors are going to be Mexinco, Oblotsky, Protozoa, KBDFans, Dust Hero, Island KB, Dailyclack, Swag Keys, and Yusha Kobo. Interesting. Very cool. But yeah, we have a few days before this starts. If you like sea-themed sets, probably sea-themed mystical sets, then you may want to check this out. Davy Jones Locker from GMK starting June 1st. There we go. Actually, let me put the name in as well. Optimistic Alms. We are covering starting group buys, and this guy is starting on the 1st. I do like to cover key sets before keyboards first, and then I do it in chronological order. So the next thing that's starting this week that I know of is a keyboard. This one's starting in 2 days on the 30th. Alright, this one is an IQUNIX board. This one caught my attention because it's a 75%, and I definitely like 75% boards. So yeah, also IQUNIX has been around for a long time, though I will say they're not really synonymous with custom keyboard. They're kind of like, oh gosh, it's like the budget entry-level custom keyboards and all that. Like back when the custom world was going to like QMK and even like as early as TMK, IQUNIX was just making like, what do you call it? Just like the tray mount board. It's like they were kind of like a few quarters behind, you know, stuff like that. Gan says mid-range pre-built. I feel like they didn't start off like that. Now they are, but they were definitely like on the lower end of mid-range even. Yeah, here, let's look at this exploded layout. I see rotary encoder, I see gaskets, I see a plate foam of sorts. I see a daughter board for the rotary encoder. That's interesting. Daughter board for the rotary encoder along with LEDs. I see accents, maybe a weight right there. Let's see, here we go. That's what the case looks like, all taken apart. That almost looks like flippable feet on the back there, but it's not. Interesting. Oh, it is flippable feet. Oh, it's not. It's like magnetic feet on the back. That's really interesting. I have not seen feet like that before. Very cool. See, 10 colorways for IC. And yeah, look at that. There is a yellow right there. But honestly, I think I've got my 75% yellow fix already with my Zoom 75. Though this seems to be a brighter yellow than my Zoom 75. So, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. That ANSI ISO options, cool. Very cool. I like the exploded 75% look as well. Various plate options, FR4 aluminum, PC, and brass, but no carbon fiber shoots. Look at that. The one thing I don't like about this board aesthetically is that you can see these screws. I feel like it would have been nicer if it was on the bottom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just says how many boards do you personally own now? I own way too many. way too many. Yeah, look at that. Extra aluminum keycap. Nice. Oh, I got to see Alumizu for the first time at one of the latest Seattle meetups, and it actually looks really good. Looks frozen. Uh-oh. Shoots. I thought we had already fixed it, but I guess that's what happens. Look at that. About the weight. Right, says looks frozen. Yeah, you said that, but what was the yes in reference to? Were you responding to someone? Oh yeah, you were responding to Helicopter Fluffy. There we go. Let's see, about the weight. Our designer has 2 different types of weight, both of which we like very much. Interesting. They look more like accents than an actual weight. But here we go. Typing angle. That's where it is. You can put on the feet to increase the typing angle to 9 degrees, but by default it is 6 degrees. Interesting. Front height is 17 millimeters. Structure gasket mount. Nice. Software is QMK or IQUNIX firmware. That's interesting. I wonder if you have to choose before you buy, or if it's like the same chip and you can flash on whatever you want. Because that would be really interesting. Cool. But yeah, I like how this board looks. They say they're still in IC, but when I look at like my notes, it does say that it's supposed to start in 2 days. So who knows? We'll see. See, IQUNIX firmware is kind of weird. Go QMK. QMK forever, man. QMK forever. But yeah, check it out. This guy starts on the 30th. Okay, now is the time. Like, obviously, lots of stuff happens in our hobby. I'm not going to catch everything. So definitely check out the GB list command and see what I've already talked about. But now is the time that we will transition to the audience group buy section. If you think that I missed a group buy that is either starting or ending this week, keyword is this week. Anything from tonight, the 28th, all the way till Saturday, the 3rd. Kindly send me a message via Whisper on Twitch, and we will go through it together. There we go. There it is. SP8, the side piece, $175, available in black or white, or midnight and snowboy, so you guys can see. Let's look at a few more of these. But yeah, it's $175 because it's got a brass knob, from what I can see. Look at that, spins and spins and spins and spins and spins. Oh, is that how they make it like a free spinning? That's really cool. Oh, it's a built-in plate. Interesting. Hot swap daughter board. Okay. USB-C. Looks like it's got the protections built on the PCB itself. Really nice. Cool. Okay, $175. And let's see, what else can we see here? Cookie is a hot swap PCB. There we go. Yeah, it seems really steep for what it is. But yeah, you know, it could be your thing. Here, let me put this in our little group buy list. This is called the SP8 side piece. Thank you very much, CP the Brick. Alright, who's next here? I see a Bert 741. What did you put in here? Orbit 65, $409. That is a bit pricey. Looks like you can choose between moonlit, snow. Maybe it's pricey because that looks like a brass bottom. Charcoal, plum, lavender, flat white, raw. Oh yeah, it is a brass bottom. But you can also choose aluminum bottom, which brings the price down to 379 bucks. Copper does bring it up to 469. Even more expensive than brass. That's gonna look so good if you do like some patina on it. Nice. They no longer have aluminum black PVD or aluminum mirror PVD, unfortunately. So fulfillment, this is a pre-order. Production will begin after 6/18/2023. Fulfillment time Q4 2023. Typing angle 7 degrees. Weight 1.5 kilograms with the aluminum, 2.5 kilograms with the brass or copper bottom. Interesting. Case mounting style, silicone pin, also known as tadpole, which I actually really like tadpole. PCB in-house design with USB-C daughter board. Configurable with QMK via. Ooh, that in-house design with USB-C daughter board. Hopefully that's an AIO3 one, not like a what they've made, you know. See, layout, soldered layout. Of course, we'll always have more options. Hot swap layout only gives you the option to do stepped caps lock. There we go, diagram. Soldered looks like it supports both the 7U and 6.25U, and the hot swap looks like it's only the 7U. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. More pictures. So yeah, it looks like your typical 65. Kind of almost looks like a Vega 65, I'd say. Yeah, look at that. Mirror finish, though you can't get that anymore. It was crossed out in the list. Look at that. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good looking board. With tadpole too. Yeah, I don't own any 65s with tadpole mount, so would be interested to try it out. Like I like brass bottom boards, but is that a song pop in my head? Brass bottom boards, they make the keyboard world go round. If any of you are Queen fans. Yeah, the copper does look really good. We all did. That's happening barista. Nice. Alright, yeah, this looks like a pretty neat board. Just, can be pricey. Can be pricey. Alright, let's throw that in the chat once again. And we'll throw that in the GB list. This is called the Orbit. Orbit, and was sent to me by Bert741. This one is from Optimistic Alms. This is from Zion Studios, which is why the pricing is in pesos. 10,300 pesos is roughly $200-ish dollars, maybe 205, 210 bucks. And this is the Cub 65. Looks like it is a 65% with blocker on the top right. What is that? It is a image of a cub, indeed. Look at that. A very rounded looking board. Let's see, any specs on this? It's a collab between Cub Studio and QWERTY Keys. Ooh, okay. Roughly about 193 bucks. There we go. Highlights, all CNC aluminum case, 10 case colors, 8 different weights. Bouncy gasket mount structure. Okay. Bouncier typing field. Tri-mode connectivity. Per key RGB and non-flex cut option. Interesting. What is it? It's QMK based. There. Perfect. But the tri-mode one is using their own QK config. yeah, it's a cute looking board, but I'd like to see more built pictures because all of these look unbuilt. Is that foam I'm seeing on the bottom? The white thing there? It looks like the drawer liner that we all used to do. No, it looks like a cute board. This picture though, it almost looks like, if you look at the pink over here, it almost looks like, I know it's supposed to be anodized, but it almost looks like it's a plastic board. QWERTY keys, okay, perfect. Maybe we'll go there instead. And that way we can have US pricing. Cobb Studio 65, perfect. Let's click on that. 170, okay, even cheaper than what I was expecting. Wait, what's the PHP to USD conversion right now? It is 55 Philippine pesos. Okay, $1 is 55 Philippine pesos. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's a better picture. It looks like there's a blocker on it too, separating out the arrow keys from the rest of the board. And you can choose, oh, it's not just anodized as well. You also have electrophoresis, which is only $5 more expensive. That's not bad. Electrophoresis pink. Interesting. I don't see this color very often. That's nice. See, weight, you can choose mocha. Oh, I like that. I like that color. Looks good with the pink. PVD, maybe not the blue. Silver looks good too. And you can have an electrophoresis weight color as well. Interesting. Oh, the rose looks good. But I think I would rather go with the mocha. Mocha and the pink. That's nice. I'm tempted to make a Tagalog pun, but I know it might go past most people's heads. Let's see. Logo, dolphin, Cupid, unicorn. Oh, it's not updating. That sucks. So we'll tell it by. So when I was like pink and the mocha look good, I'm like, mukhang maganda. Sorry. Actually, not sorry. See, PCB, you can choose between tri-mode, wired, non-flex. Oh, there are flex cuts available too. That's nice. And plate is aluminum FR4 palm and PC. Cool. So many options here. And for 170 bucks, that's fairly cheap. Let's see. The most expensive option's gotta be a. Let's see. Let's try. They're a tri-mode ANSI at 175. And if we pick, yeah, the most it can be is 175 bucks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I like that. Yeah, if I were to choose a color, I'd probably do E-Pink and Sandblasted PVD Mocha. Very nice. All right, let's put that back in chat. Yeah, we'll do the Zion Studios one and also the QWERTY Keys one. You guys can all check it out. Now, Zion Studios is in the Philippines, so if you're here in the US, you should probably get the QWERTY Keys one. Cub 65. There we go. And this one was from Optimistic Alms. Optimistic Alms. Perfect. Okay, this one's from CP the Brick again. A KBDFans board. This is the Tet for 262 bucks. What is it? It is a sign up and save. No. What is it? It looks to be a. There's a triangle. Is it an Odin series board? It's 96 key with an F row without an F row. Is that what it is? Kind of like the Wind X. Okay, well, you guys can probably imagine what the rest of the board looks like with that. But it's 262 bucks with anodized and electrophoresis options as well. The weights are PVDs. What's PVD gold? PVD laser, silver, and black. Scroll down and there will be some top. Oh, they probably put it on the page itself. Yeah, look at that. That looks like a Wind X of sorts. Looks good. Nice fat bezels on the top and the bottom. Ooh, a pink board. I think I'd prefer it if like the side bezels were thicker than the top and bottom. But yeah, but look at that. It looks, every time I see boards that have a thicker top and bottom, it kind of reminds me of the Brutalist architecture, like the Brutalist series boards. See, the bottom does look good though. This looks great to me. Not a bad looking board. And it seems like the price is fairly decent too. When is this guy expiring, or did this guy already start? We don't know. Let's go look. 43 in stock, pre-order. Okay. Price is 262 or 246 depending on the. Wow, that's from just looking at the board. That's a really good price. I know a lot of people actually like this layout because people say it's very conducive to a work environment. So yeah, check it out. Seems pretty good. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone send me other things, so I guess this is a good time to end the stream. Just wanted to rehash our audience group buy once again before we finish. I did include all the links in the GB list command, so if you guys want, just check it out over there. Once again, that is the SP8 side piece from Hibby, the Orbit 65 from Machina. I guess it's just called like the Orbit, not the Orbit 65. Then you've got the Cub 65, which is from Qwerty Keys. You can also pick it up from Zion Studios. And then you've got the KBDFans Tet. Just a quick question, out of all these, which ones are you guys most interested in picking up? Let me know. Now once again, that is side piece, the Orbit, the Cub 65, and the Tet. See, Orbit looking fine, getting an Orbit. Rogue Zero also says Orbit. Orbit looks good too. Orbit, Orbit, Orbit. Yeah, that bottom weight is just gorgeous there. Phoenix says, already have K65, so going to skip the Cub. Yeah. Let's see, if it were me, You know, it's always hard to like figure out which one you really want. Especially since I feel like I've gotten like a good sample size of boards in specific layouts already. So I'm like, what do I really want here? Like the Cub 65 is super cute. It's super cute and it comes in a rare colorway, which is why I'm gravitating towards it. But at the same time, I'm like, the Orbit looks really nice too, you know? In fact, the Orbit, I would say, is more of a premium board than the Cub 65, right? Then, of course, you've got KBDFans here, which always comes up with, like, unique layouts. And I'm like, that looks great, and the back is beautiful. And then I'm like, but this is cute, too. Which one? Which one do I want to get? Let's see. Would I spring for the full brass copper on the Orbit? If I had the money, sure. Why not? Yeah, but if I had to choose between the brass and the copper, I'd probably go for the copper, just because I already have a bunch of boards that have a copper weight on the bottom. But, I mean, sorry, a brass weight on the bottom. Copper, I don't think I have a single board with a copper weight on it. Either a copper bottom or a copper weight. I don't own any of that. But yeah, thanks guys for joining in. My next stream will be, I'm aiming for Wednesday, in which I'll be rebuilding my vintage 60S, just because they finally sent me a, or ClickClack finally sent me a, what do you call those? I guess it's a daughter board for the solenoid. Yeah, daughter board for the solenoid, so hopefully we can get that all squared away and working. But thanks guys for joining in. This stream will be uploaded on YouTube come Tuesday morning. So hope all of you have a good rest of your weekend, and if you are here in the United States, happy Memorial Day. Or yeah, I guess it's not Memorial Day quite yet, but happy Memorial Day weekend. Alright everyone, see you next time. Goodbye.